What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and I wanted to bring to you a video today about a thought that I had, really that I've had for a while now, and it's in regarding our recruiting process and just how things are going right now for our 2022 recruiting cycle. So, as it is right now, we've brought in and we've had some success with our recruiting. It hasn't gone as well as you would think it has. We've landed a few good top end recruits, but obviously we're not recruiting at the level of, say, Ohio State or Alabama or Clemson or even Notre Dame or other schools just seem to be consistently recruiting better than us, and especially in the last few years that has been the case. The reason why, and this has been, I would just say, for recently, at least for the last couple of years, that I think that, and still is a reason why, is, let's just be honest, Harbaugh has really, really messed us up, especially for the last couple of years. I'm just going to put that out there. Whether it be directly or indirectly, I'm pretty sure that, he's cost us, people, high-end recruits that, at some point in time, they had considered Michigan, but when it all boiled down to it, they just chose to go in a different direction. So I wanted just to talk about that and, discuss, whether or not that's going to change anytime soon. So, as you know, we've missed out on even this cycle, a few high-end recruits, whether it be Domani Jackson, now with Walter Nolan, allegedly, Keon Sabb. Now I'm hearing Dylan Tatum is not considering us, possibly. The name and the list go on and on. And you think, well, what does that have to do with Harbaugh? And let's face it, I feel as though the instability of the program and the instability of his job security has been the reason why a lot of these players have decided to go elsewhere. And I can't blame them. If you have someone that's considering let's say it's two schools, and you have one school that's been consistent and winning, has their coach, consistently getting the job done. The team is, maybe losing one or two games at the most a year, going to the football playoffs. And then you have another team where the coach is literally on the hot seat, even though he got an extension. In the past year or so, it's been, well, I'll be here if the team wants me to be here, not being definitive about, wanting to be here or their job security. Every year having the rumors of going back to the NFL. The team itself is, doing marginal, never making the playoffs, always losing to Ohio State. You're going to choose probably the other team that's more consistent, is winning more, the coach is more stable, 9 times out of 10. You're going to have some guys that just want to go to Michigan regardless of the situation, and I get that, but especially in this day and age, that's coming few and far in between. Most guys now are trying to find a reason to want to come to Michigan. It's no longer because of this that they want to come here. They got to have an incentive. Some people, maybe it's they like the programs that we have here as far as academically. but especially the high end recruits, they're just choosing to go elsewhere because it's just more stable. The fact about you got some guys now, and I think this is part of the reason why there's some guys out there that I've been hearing that want to commit to Michigan, but they still haven't did it, and you're wondering, well, what's holding them up? What's taking them so long to make some sort of commitment? And the bottom line with that is I think that they're waiting to see how the season goes for 2021. And obviously last year going 2-4, looking just totally, completely disinterested in playing, turned and soured a lot of players, thought process as far as wanting to come to Michigan. So we have a lot to prove this season. And it doesn't help, just like last year with that whole contract situation with Harbaugh, it didn't help where, players are wanting to come, but then, you have a coach who didn't even really know whether or not he was even coming back or not. Like, how do you convince somebody to want to play for your school and you don't even know who the head coach is going to be? How can you commit to someone or to a school and the head coach themselves is not committed? Whether it's his fault or not, how do you commit to somebody that's not committed themselves? And that's been the biggest problem. Even now, I'm pretty sure that there are people out there that are considering Michigan, whether they've committed or not, and we're just getting negative recruited right back, where, they're saying, well, I understand you're considering Michigan, but, is Harbaugh even going to really be there? What if they don't do good this season? You'll probably get fired. I'm sure that comes up in conversations with these guys that are not committed to Michigan, but are considering us. And then you go back and you think about it as a potential target, and you're like, I don't even know if I want to do that. Why do I want to commit to a situation where that might not even be my head coach next year? The coordinator or defensive or offensive coach that's recruiting me, I don't even know if they're going to be there next year. What if Harbaugh gets fired and they bring in a new coaching staff? What whoever's recruiting me now, they might not even be there no more. So all of that stuff is it's just hurting us as far as recruiting goes. So it's no mistake why, even though we are bringing in the recruits that we are, it's not the high end recruits that we're looking for. So, and just to piggyback off of that, a couple of things. I remember like a couple of months back, I read an article where they were talking about, well, Michigan fans need to be patient as far as, the commitments that we have. We understand that you feel, a type of way because we're just, at one point in time, we were bringing in a bunch of recruits, but they were all like, 3-star recruits, not top 100 players or top 250 players, but a lot of, 3-star players. And, the article was saying that, you got to be patient with it. You can't expect all the players to be, 5-star players or top end 4-star players. A lot of times with these recruiting classes, you fill the remaining part of your recruits in with these, 3-star players. And I get it, but I don't think that they got the reason why a lot of us are feeling that what we do about this is mainly because what if this is not the filling in of the players, but what if these are the players? And we don't get any more top high-end players for the rest of this recruiting class. Then you can see why people are concerned with just getting, the 3-star players that we've got in so far. Now, it's one thing if you could just sit there and say, oh, well, I get it, we're just sort of filling in, these players in right now, but down the line we're going to be pulling in, a couple more 5-stars, a few more high-end 4-star players. Then I understand that, but the needle hasn't moved. A lot of the high-end guys have chosen other schools over us. So as it is now, it's looking as though these guys are going to be the recruits. So, that's the concern with that. And that's why a lot of people were feeling concerned about us when we're just pulling in these 3-star recruits. And also just, I was thinking about this the other day. Now, Walter Nolan has decided he's not going to come, allegedly. He named his top 3. We weren't in the top 3. So I guess that all but cuts us out as far as his recruitment goes. Now, I know it was a long shot. All the other schools that he had in his list are SEC schools, where we were the one outlier that wasn't an SEC school. So that meant that we had an uphill battle to begin with anyways. So I understood that. I didn't think it was likely that we were going to land him just based off of that. The only thing that really held us in contention, to be honest with you, was probably, he had family that lived in the area near the school. But how much is that really worth? So him choosing another school over us was not surprising. But from what I heard, allegedly he was planning on, making a trip to come down and watch I think it was the Ohio State game. And they were saying, his father was saying anyways, that regardless of whether he chose us or not, or even if he committed to another school or not, that they were going to attend that game. So I'm wondering if they're really going to still hold true to that. And the reason why I say that is, I imagine if he hadn't cut us out of the list so early, and they say it was down to the last 3 teams and we were there, and then he chose another school, then maybe I could understand that. Or if he, still left it at the 5 teams or whatever it was, and then chose another team, then I could see him doing that. But for him to cut us out as early as he has, and still not chosen another 3 teams, that makes me wonder whether or not they're going to still come to that game. Like, I don't see the purpose of it at this point. We're not even in your top 3, so that means we're not even really in your honest, serious contention for, coming to our school. So I'm just curious about that, whether or not they're going to actually come to the game or not. And if they do, what's the point other than, I don't know, just coming to see? I don't know. It just seems strange to me. But anyways, like I said, this whole situation with Harbaugh and the uncertainty of the program, the fact that we're not winning or consistently winning, all that is affecting recruiting in a serious way. It's hard to get excited, or it's hard to envision yourself coming to a school when you don't even know what's going to happen next year. So that in itself has just been, to me, one of the biggest hurdles that it's going to be hard for us to overcome until we actually put a product on the field that seems worthy of getting kids excited to come here. Anything other than that, like I said, we're going to be just fighting an uphill battle all the way. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. Thank you everyone who's liked the videos for the last 2 videos that I've posted so far. It's helped my channel tremendously. It helps to get my video out there and allow more people to see, my channel and help my channel grow. So thank you for liking my videos. Please continue to do so. Leave me a comment in the comment section below how you feel about our recruiting. Do you feel as though that, Harbaugh has been a huge hindrance on it? Let me know how you feel as far as, do you think that negative recruiting as far as the uncertainty of the direction of our program has hurt us? Let me know how you feel as far as that goes. And if you enjoy my content, definitely feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. It definitely helps me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a blessed day, and go blue.